Here's the plan. After 70, the game changes. You're not trying to grind winches to prove a point. You're trying to stack the odds towards safe, calm, repeatable miles. That means kinder motion, push-button sail handling, deep cockpits, and systems you can actually reach without playing boat yoga. Today, we'll break down 7 boats that do exactly that. I'll show you why each one works for a senior circumnavigator, how to run it with less effort, where it can bite, and the smart upgrades that make life easier. Stay to the end for a fast buyer's map and a senior-specific outfitting checklist, so you know exactly what fits your body, your waters, and your budget. If this helps you sail farther with less stress, hit subscribe now and let's go.
First up, the Amel Super Maramu 2000 and its younger sibling, the Amel 54. This is the benchmark for armchair control. The catch rig splits power into smaller, friendlier sails. Reefing is electric. Furlers are electric. Primaries are electric. Everything lands in the sheltered cockpit under a solid hard dodger, so your storm drill is a button press, not a deck crawl. Heavy displacement smooths out chop. The boat doesn't slap and bang, it just keeps shouldering through. The engine lives in a real walk-in room, sitting height, labeled valves, filters facing you, so routine maintenance isn't a wrestling match. The hull and deck are laminated as one structure. The interior is tied in, and the boat is compartmentalized with watertight bulkheads. Damage forward doesn't mean water in your bunk. You get a low-stress heavy weather mode too, jib and mizzen only. It balances beautifully, keeps the center of effort low, and takes load off the autopilot. Day-to-day, docking anxiety melts away with the retractable bow thruster. Add a stern thruster if you cruise tight marinas. Exterior work? Minimal. Amel's molded faux teak decks grip well and never need sanding or bungs. Where it bites, weight and systems density. Keep furlers, winches, and remotes on a real service schedule, not when I remember. On a used Super Maramu, budget for fresh standing rigging, a new anchor windlass motor, and lithium plus solar, so the silent ship dream is real. Solo routine? Pilot remote on a lanyard, jackline clipped in before you leave the companionway, and preset your reef targets before dark. This boat rewards calm hands with calm miles.
Next up, the Hallberg-Rassy 48 MkII. Think Scandinavian fortress with manners. The deep center cockpit is a safe room at sea. High coamings, a tempered glass windscreen that never clouds, and helm, traveler, and sheets where you can work them seated and clipped in. Push-button sail handling, hydraulic in-mast furling, and powered winches means you change gears without leaving shelter. Below, the walk-through galley braces you on either tack. Handholds are exactly where your hands expect them, and access panels actually open to the things you service. Underway, the lead keel gives real stiffness. Heel angles stay sensible, and the motion is long and slow. Less postural fatigue, more thinking time. Night passages feel civilized, no creaks, little slamming, and a boat that tracks. Where it bites, cost and draft in skinny water if you choose the deep fin. Spec a bow thruster if it isn't aboard, add radar with Doppler target highlighting for night vision, and put a second autopilot drive on the shelf. Buyer's note with seniors, confirm winch placement is reachable from a seated position and consider adding a soft or hard top over the windscreen for true Nordic pilot house protection.
Following that, the Island Packet 485. This is the full keel sanctuary. Long keel, protected prop and an aperture, skegged rudder, and huge tankage. The boat tracks like it's on rails in trade wind swell, which means your autopilot works less and you rest more. The cutter rig with a self-tacking staysail on a Hoyt boom is senior gold. Tack by turning the wheel, no grinding sheets, and reef down to staysail plus a tucked main for a super steady heavy weather mode. At anchor and on passage, you feel the benefits of weight and beam. Motion is slow, predictable, and gentle on knees and hips. Below, the super lazarette swallows the cruising life. Spare anchor, dive gear, pannier bags, even a folding bike. No exterior teak to baby. The diamond-patterned polycrad decks are grippy and low maintenance. Where it bites, it's not a sprinter. Plan passages on average speed, not peak. Add a code 0 or cruising chute on a furler to save fuel and light air. And give yourself real reverse authority with a 4-blade prop. Senior tip: mount a robust transom ladder and a life sling tackle permanently. High freeboard boats need a ready MOB recovery plan.
Now, the Hylas 46 German Freres gave this hull a sweet blend of speed and comfort, and the sugar scoop transom is a safety feature disguised as convenience. Boarding from a dinghy is a step, not a climb, and an accidental swim has a real self-recovery path. It's a center cockpit boat, but you still have generous aft deck space for line work, fishing, or just stretching your legs at anchor. Underway, the boat points high and holds speed, which shortens weather windows. Less time being shaken equals less fatigue. The interior is semi-custom by yard tradition. Most have 3-sided engine access, sensible electrical panels, and a secure inline galley in the starboard walkthrough. You cook wedged and happy instead of chasing pots across the saloon. Where it bites, canvas. Many boats rely on a soft dodger. Add a rigid windshield or hardtop for senior-friendly watchkeeping. Check the chain plates, upgrade to lithium, plus big alternators if you want true no-generator nights, and consider a second, smaller headsail on a Solent stay for one-hand reefing. The payoff is a boat that you can actually sail fast with a light touch and then step straight into the cockpit hot shower without climbing a mountain. Moving on, the Nauticat 42. This is the stay warm, think clearly solution. Real pilot house, inside helm, 360-degree sightlines. In Alaska rain or North Sea chill, you run watches in a fleece, not drenched in oilskins. The engine is sized for true motor sailing, so you punch tide gates and calms instead of flogging canvas. Lines are simple and serviceable. You can sail the boat, then pivot to pilot house mode when the barometer drops. Where it bites, higher center of gravity than a flush deck boat and more roll at anchor. You manage that with weight discipline. Good bridge deck clearance on the dinghy, a flopper stopper for rolly anchorages, and a cockpit height preventer so accidental jibes never happen. Seniors love the staircase companionway and the fact that you can plot, steer, and make tea without bracing against wind and spray. Add proper demister fans, wipers, and red light zones, and you've got a watch station your eyes will thank you for. Next up, the Seawind 1260. If your knees hate healing, this is the answer. Level platform, protected twin helms tucked under the hardtop behind the main bulkhead, and the famous trifold door that turns saloon and cockpit into one big breezy room. You move less, you brace less, you tire less. The galley down is only a few steps, and it's safer in a seaway. You're wedged in a narrow hole with everything at hand. Under sail, the 1260 is light and lively. Don't overload it, and it will click off 180 to 200-mile days with zero drama. Where it bites, weight creep, and bridge deck slamming if you pile on toys. Be ruthless with payload, keep the dagger boards and rig inspected, and add proper grab rails throughout. Multi-hulls need handholds too. For seniors, protected helms mean you steer without climbing, and the broad transoms with proper ladders make dinghy work as easy as it gets. Then the Garcia Exploration 45. For the 70-plus sailor who dreams of glaciers more than palm trees, this is the aluminum survival capsule. Ductile 5083 aluminum dents instead of shattering. Welded standpipes replace through hulls. Skegs shield twin rudders, and a lifting centerboard lets you slide into skinny coves or dry out for your own haul out. The boat is insulated stem to stern, and there's a forward-facing inside nav seat with real controls. Watchkeeping from a warm, dry cabin is night and day for energy conservation. Underway, you run board down for bight upwind, board part up to balance the helm reaching, and board up to let a breaking sea slide you sideways instead of tripping you. Where it bites, price and corrosion discipline. Learn your anodes, isolate dissimilar metals, and keep a galvanic monitor live. Seniors will love the service bays, the straight-line access to filters and pumps, and the psychological calm of knowing a bump in the night is likely a dent, not a hole.
Fast Buyer's Map. If you want true armchair control and the easiest heavy weather routine, take the Amel. If you want a quiet, long-period motion with a deep, guarded cockpit and handcrafted systems, the Hallberg-Rassy. If you want bulletproof tracking and forgiving gear that tacks itself, the Island Packet. If you still love the feel of speed but want senior-friendly access and boarding, the Hylas. If weather exposure is your limit, the Nauticat brings the watch indoors. If you're done living on a tilt and want open-plan life with protected helms, the Seawind. If you want to poke into coves at high latitudes and sleep through ice bangs, the Garcia. Senior Outfitting Checklist. Electric primaries sized correctly for your headsail. In-mast or in-boom furling maintained like clockwork. Bow and stern thrusters with wireless remote for solo docking. Class B AIS transceiver and Doppler radar, your night eyes. Autopilot with a second independent drive. Lifelines with midship gates and real granny bars. A transom ladder that works as MOB recovery, plus a permanently rigged life sling tackle. Lithium house bank, big alternators, big solar, and a quiet variable speed generator if you like AC. Anchor from the helm, wash down at the bow, and 300 feet of chain minimum. Medical drawer built for you, blood pressure cuff, your meds, maybe even an AED, and a comm stack for telemedicine. Closing thought. At 70, seamanship is energy management. Guard your strength, simplify your routines, and let the boat do the heavy lifting. Pick the philosophy that fits your body and the water you love, outfit it like you mean it, and go make unhurried miles. If this helped you map your next chapter, subscribe. You'll get the next deep dive the moment it drops.